Cross my heart and hope to die. Welcome to my dark side.
We're about to get into the round table. And today, for our segment on the round table, is the wrong way to use healing magic, which I have to say, I read the manga a couple of years ago. Really, really good, really great story. It's to me a good manga has to have a certain level of crazy with it. And I think you get just enough crazy to where it's not so crazy, you can't get into it, but just crazy enough to where you can get behind it. So here we go. So here's my question. And I'm gonna start with the professor today. You have said the man who got the name the professor. You gonna lead us on this today.
Don't
So
judge me.
you already being judged. You wearing a mask. Moving on. So professor, here's my question for you. What do you think about the wrong way to use healing magic? What was your thoughts on the show?
I actually enjoyed the show. I just kind of watched it as just something to watch, kind of bored one day. Didn't really expect much of it. Another isekai anime, but like to take on as far as the healing magic aspect of it. Him, being able to train and then heal himself so he can be, kind of develop superhuman strength and skill and kind of train harder than the normal average person would. Kind of even in this anime world, people using magic, they're stronger than the average, normal human, but he could, kind of surpass his limits because of his healing abilities. He can go into insane training that normal people wouldn't survive, and just kind of drop into a world that he was, nothing was expected of him. Kind of we didn't give a kind of synopsis of the anime, so. He's Isekai with two friends. They are some of his heroes. He's kind of just a tag along because he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and so nobody was really expecting anything of him. And then he, they had special skills. Had special orb, had special skills or whatever. He had healing skills. Um, Nothing, as far as super powerful is concerned. He wasn't considered a hero, so he was kind of an afterthought. And then a former general. She had healing magic. She was a monster. Just because of her healing magic, she could train, do insane training. She became a monster. Backstory: she led soldiers. They were massacred by a demon army. She kind of, I wouldn't say went crazy. She's crazy. She kind of went crazy. Kind of trained healing troops, and then she kind of heard that she had somebody like her. So she kind of went and became his mentor, trained him, made him super powerful. So I just kind of like the take they did on these guys. It was something different. So I started as an afterthought, but didn't think much of it. Turned out to be a really good story, a good anime. So it's something I'm enjoying.
Okay. Mr. Conspiracy, what about you? How you feeling about that? How you feeling about it?
Uh, Show is phenomenal. I haven't been able to read the manga yet. I'm gonna go ahead and read it though, starting probably this weekend. Can't wait to get that going. I'm gonna go ahead and agree with the professor. It's unique. The wrong way to use healing magic. Just because of the title, it basically sets you up like, man, like how is he going to use the healing magic wrong? Like you really want to know that, and it keeps you on your toes because you're thinking about that question. Like, how will he use it wrong? Like, is there really a true wrong way to use healing magic? And it keeps you on your toes, looking for that moment when he actually uses it the wrong way, or so-called uses it the wrong way. I like the build-up of his character, the actual main character, Usato, and I really think that they developed him well from the fact that he wasn't even supposed to be summoned, like the professor said, and the people that he got summoned with was his classmates, so-called friends that he just met technically. Um, they're considered the heroes, and I mean they are technically heroes as far as their abilities and whatnot, but he truly gets the best adventure out of all of the three, being able to um, have his healing ability, being just like the healing lead uh, lady, and I think that him overcoming his fear, I believe, is what truly makes him unique. Because once he gets over his fear. He truly understands how great his abilities actually are and what makes him special in that world. I know we're going to get on to like battles and whatnot later on, so I'm not really going to bring that up. But I just want to say, people who think this is just like a comedy and things like that, trust me, it's way more than that. The professor said that she crazy. She ain't the only one, but it's hot.
Okay, okay. All right, Christopher Robbins, what you got for us, man? What's your take on this show?
When I first read the name, I was invented. The healing, the wrong way to use healing magic. The wrong way. Listen, I used to play like a lot of video games, like stuff like WoW, where you got to, create your character, and I made a healer. You know what all you could do?
Heal.
Heal. And what does heal do? You heal somebody, wound, anything, right? So it's like the wrong way to use. How the heck do you use this magic wrong? So, like I said, I was invested off the top, like, oh, I'm about to watch this. Y'all got to show me the wrong way. Yeah, the old Rose is her name, by the way.
Rose,
mentor.
yeah, Rose.
So, yeah. Oh, let me back up. So the thing is, though, so when they transported them, the heroes, of course, I can't remember who's the name. I think it is Kazuki. Yeah, his friend.
Yes.
So of course, usually when you get transported in these types of situations, you get set time. Well, come to find out, healing magic in their world is super rare. How rare is it? Only she has it, and there are 2 others under her that have it. Now, before he makes the 4th one. That's how rare it is. So it's very rare to have healing magic. So yeah, like the professor said, yeah. So basically, the wrong way is like the training beating the living snot out of him. So when you run, you overuse your muscles and stuff, and you have downtime, right? And that's how the muscles they get strong, they recover. Well, the healing magic, like Chris said, it allows him to recover what he's constantly basically has it all. So his muscles is always being repaired, basically 24/7 as long as he's using it. So that's how he gets insanely strong, and that's why his mentor is Mossy. Yes, he was that. Nut before her situation. That's all I'm gonna say without giving that away. And she went insane after the situation.
Well, we gonna get into it. Let me go ahead and throw this out here to anybody watching the show. Spoiler alert's gonna happen because we're gonna talk about it. I'm not. I listen. I'm not scared to jump into it, but I'm gonna give a very interesting take on it. So the wrong way to use healing magic reminds me of Kung Fu Panda 1. And you're saying DOC, how does it remind you of Kung Fu Panda 1? Because Rose is Sifu, okay? After he gets betrayed by his disciple, Sifu is not a happy person. He's an old mean man. So that is Rose. Okay. Rose, after her team gets massacred, becomes this heartless, crazy old individual. And guess who shows up? Usato. Usato becomes Jack Black. He becomes Poe. He becomes the thing that brings life to her light. He becomes the light of her life. Somebody who's not only like her, but the same mindset as her. He don't like to be beat by her. And he talk crazy to Rose too. He ain't scared. He'll talk crazy to her and then she'll knock him out or knock him around, but he don't back down though. So it reminds me a lot of the relationship of Sifu and Poe from Kung Fu Panda. Just in a very different way. And what I really liked, I have to say, the thing I liked the most about it was he was a trash person, basically. And most of the time in isekais, the correct person is getting brought to the world for a specific reason. But this guy got brought to the world on an accident and he really had no real reason to be there. And in their world, I'm gonna have to say healing magic isn't considered the garbage magic. Okay, it's garbage magic for everybody. And so on the panel, just to show of hands on the panel, how many have read the manga? Okay, so I'm the only one who I'm gonna drop some real spoilers alert. It gets to Did you boo me? Did you boo me? And you have a mask on? No, sir. I will not tolerate the disrespect, sir. No, sir. No, sir. But what I will say is that, all right, Caitlin Clark. But what I will say is that at the end of the 12 episodes on Crunchyroll, he goes out on a journey. And as you get further into the manga, he goes to other places where other healers are. And healers are looked down upon. They're treated like trash. He's not because of the way Rose trained him. But most healers aren't trained like he is. And so they're not as strong, they're not as fast, and so the whole world has a bad outlook on healers. So when they meet him, they talk down to him with like he's a trash person. Like it comes to a point in the manga where he goes to a school where there are other heroes that need to be trained. And they like, oh man, you garbage, da 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 da. And the principal brought him in to show them that healers aren't garbage. And basically, he challenges the students. He says, "Beat me," and none of them can whoop him with all the magic they do because of his superhuman abilities. And so he even gets to the point where he finds another healer, and the dude is almost like suicidal because of how bad he's treated. And I mean, and when I say they treat him bad, like bullying from the 1990s. Not I unfriended you bullying. You know, I'm waiting for you after the bus gonna beat the hell out of you. That type of real, yeah, that real bullying. And so he like ends up trying to train him like he was trained, but you got to be a certain kind of nut job for that training to work. You know what I'm saying? So it's really interesting. So I'm not gonna give everything away. I encourage you read the manga, um support who people who made it. If I had their cash app, hell, I put it on there. It's a great story. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump into who's your favorite character. Now I'm starting with Mr. Conspiracy. Tell me who you like and who you love. Who's your favorite character?
Um, favorite character is Rose,
Okay.
because she crazy. I like the craziness. If you look at her backstory, there's a reason why she is as crazy as what she is right now. I think Pooh Bear actually went into it just a little bit, as far as that she was crazy beforehand, before the accident, when her first original squad that she treated like family, I mean, they were really close, she treated them like family, was massacred by the Demon Lord right in front of her, and she couldn't do anything to actually save them. That's when she went nuts, and she has stayed in nut form ever since then. And I love the way that she goes about training Usato. Like, I love how she goes about training him. I love their interaction. It's almost, like immediately she became his big sister, and it was just that dynamic from then on. And I love their interaction. And she truly helps like the development of all of the other characters just because of her personality and just the way she is. I think she's just awesome.
Okay.
So
All right. Professor, who's your favorite character?
Nice, Usato. He's a good
Oh.
main character. I like how they're using him. I like his interactions, of course, with Rose, with the other heroes. He's not naive. He's scared of battle initially, because who wouldn't be? Just as a high school student, but he wants to help. He wants to help people prepare. He wants to please Rose. I like their interaction. He's not a punk. Um, don't just let her, treat him any kind of way, but he knows that, she cares about him. He knows her heart. He knows she's trying to prepare him, really to save lives. And that's just kind of what he wants to do. He knows the battle's coming up between humans and demons. Lives are at stake. And he wants to do his part. So I think he's a well-rounded character. He's not a punk. He's not, he's initially scared, but he has, legitimate reasons why. Then he kind of overcomes his fears to do his duty. Initially, he was looked kind of down upon just because healing magic, just because there wasn't really anybody wasn't really expecting anything from him. And then he becomes actually the strongest hero out of everybody, and he just he rises to that challenge. So he's my favorite character.
Okay. All right. Pooh Bear, well, who's your favorite character? Ah.
I think she had, like, to me, the greatest character development. Especially when it showed her backstory. Like I said, with the like, still kind of crazy, but he still prepared for getting of that hard skill. And of course, when our situation, I think I don't use crazy to this, like where she more close herself off. She
She
didn't
got
want to lose.
PTSD. She got
Yeah,
PTSD.
basically. She didn't want to lose anybody. So when she found out, Uso had the same power she did, and she knew she could train him to be just like her, to be as strong as her. The first fear was she don't want to lose anybody anymore. That feeling, that crippled her, to be honest with you. But when he came along, and like you said that, like their whole back and forth, like he's not scared or like he is, but he's not. He's like, yeah, you stronger than me, but I'm gonna still talk my track to you. I ain't your punk. You crazy lady. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, they got that little brother, big sister dynamic, and it shows. You can see she's starting to soften down. She smiles. You're like, oh wow, she smiles. So to me, I like Rose just because to me, she just has a real good character.
Man, I'm gonna blow y'all away with who my favorite character is.
I know your favorite character, man. I already know who your favorite
Who
character
is it?
is.
Who is
Man.
it?
You ain't even gotta say.
Who is it? Who
It's
is it?
the Dark Knight, ain't it?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
All right.
My favorite character is Blurrin, man. Blurrin, the Demon Grizzly, is my favorite character.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you exactly why Blurrin is my favorite character. Okay,
because he gets carried everywhere.
That's right. He get carried everywhere. Blurrin be like, "Hey, he napping. My man do everything he want to do. He's scared of Rose. He's scared to death. They got to put a collar on him after he saw what Rose did to the thing that killed his parents. He was like, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Nope." And then the fact that Usato got to carry him everywhere. And my favorite scene is when what is her name? Susanne is always trying, I want to touch Blur. And he's like, is it okay, Usato? And Blur, and she tries, and Blur keeps slapping her hand. It's like, maybe he's asleep. It's a reflex. No. Yeah, stop. Blur is my dude. He be asleep. He be up there. And then you see his little snot bubble. Blur is just a big old baby getting carried around. And they be like, oh, man, it's just Blur walking the streets. It's only a demon bear. Like, don't pay attention to Blur. Blur ain't bothering nobody, man. That is my dude right there. Like, no matter what you need in your comedy relief, Blurin gonna give it to you, bro. Like, I don't care how serious the situation is. If he with Blurin and Blurin's he carrying Blurin. Blurin is like I say probably 1,000-pound baby that get baby. You know what I'm saying? So that's my favorite character. He's my comedy relief, man. I can't even front to you. First time I saw that bear, I was like,
good pick, man.
Yeah, Blur, my dude. Like, I was like, first time, it's like, oh man, it's sad, it's tragic. And then you start getting into Blur's world, and Blur's world is like, yo, I do what I need to do. I sleep all day. I get carried around. I'm halfway asleep. Don't touch me. Be gone. As somebody used to say, I won't say it because I don't want our audience to be offended. But he sends her on his way. Yeah, be gone, peasant. He sends her away, and anybody else. Only person who can touch him, well, is Usato and Rose. But if Rose is if Rose come to him, he know he might be dead. So
you're unclean. Do not touch me.
Yeah, don't touch me. So that's why I would say Blurrin is my favorite character. I know it probably sounds odd to some people, but sometimes it's the little things that you like about an anime. It's the funny little stuff like that. So
I like that pick.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be shaking your head at me, Professor. Don't be looking down at my pick, sir.
So that pick, that pick shows that you watch too much anime and you read too much manga. You pick Blurrin, you get so much joy out of that character. There's no way in any shape or form that should be anybody's favorite character of any show. And you just watch too much and you read too much. That's why you're comfortable with that pick. That's why that pick makes sense to you and you're okay with that pick. Like, so it's comic relief. I just love this. Okay.
So let me get this right. We have an anime podcast. It's our job to love and read manga. You telling me I read way too much? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
That's right.
I don't know if I need to be offended or
Excessive.
defend it. I don't know if I need to even be offended. I feel like it's a compliment. Actually,
It is a compliment. You should
it's
take it as a
a,
compliment.
yeah. He needs.
You should take it as a compliment. Yeah,
It's an underhanded. It's an
it.
underhanded comment. He's like,
You should
oh,
take it as a compliment.
should
Yeah.
I be ashamed of myself too?
You
Because
should
I
not.
like the.
No. You should not be
He said
ashamed.
it.
That's what that
And he
means.
said it with a straight face, and
Yeah.
shaking his head, looking down
Yeah.
on me. Y'all see?
That's
I tell you what,
you
audience.
take that as a compliment.
If you got co-hosts like this, what you need enemies for? That man just smashed my pick because
Nah.
I like the bear. Golly.
I didn't smash your pick. That's just what that means.
Nah, that's not what they
Yeah.
mean, man.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, said, me and you need to have a conversation one-on-one, dog. Who hurt you, dog? That's what they tell you. Who hurt you, man?
I never heard me, man.
Yeah,
Heard
who
me,
hurt you?
man.
Man,
That's
who
all
hurt you,
that
dog?
means, man.
Yeah,
That's all
who
that
hurt
means,
you?
you know.
Who hurt you, man?
Like DLC, man, when you made your pick, bro, when you said what you said, like I saw the look on Professor's face.
He looked
I
disgusted.
didn't really, take it. I didn't really take it to heart. I was like, oh, okay, like he don't like it, but
No.
I felt like that he wanted to say something and
No.
he just didn't say it.
What the hell? It ain't even that. So
I
I thought
think
it was
that's
gonna be
exactly
a trash
what he was
pick.
thinking.
When I know
Yeah.
you weren't picking Rose, you weren't picking Usato, so I thought it was gonna be a trash pick. It was not a trash pick. You know what I'm saying?
It was
I
like-
was talking
Female
about
hero,
it was a
that's what you
trash
thought.
pick.
You know, it'd be a female
You
hero.
know, yeah, I thought it was gonna be a trash pick, but it was not a trash pick. It was a comic relief. I like.
So why you hating
I
then?
like the bird, but that ain't nobody's
Thank you,
favorite
Mr.
character
Conspiracy.
of
Thank
any
you, Mr.
anime
Conspiracy.
or any story. It ain't hating. It ain't hating. No, it's nobody's favorite character of anything. That bear does
Oh
would
my
not qualify
God.
for 99% of people.
You
That's the
gonna-
1% who watch too much anime and reads too much manga. That's the
you
only people
gonna-
who would have that pick.
You gonna die of hate
That's them.
poisoning. You know that,
That's
right?
it,
You
dog.
gonna die of hate
You-
poisoning, right?
No, DLC, you a 1%er, dog. You a 1%er, brother. No, you a 1%er, dog. Yeah.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Next thing he gonna be calling
Yeah.
me, he gonna be calling me a neat next. You don't leave your house and leave the room. Like,
Nah.
Get some air.
yeah, nah, that's about where we at. I don't even know. Should I even talk to my wife? Good Lord, man. I feel so offended.
You should.
Oh my God,
You
man.
shouldn't be, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You take that as a compliment, man. Yeah.
I need my inhaler.
This dude right here, man. Okay, well, let me go on to something that you'll approve of, Mr. Professor. Okay.
I don't know, man. You don't need my approval, man. You don't need my approval.
Oh my God! What? That's how you start your Fridays off, kids. This is how your life's going.
I would take it a step further, but I think we need to, for the sake of the show, we just need to.
No, man, take it a step further, Professor. I want to hear this.
Air your grievances. Nah, go air your grievances out.
And DLC, it ain't even you, because I don't really mean it as an insult. I just mean that you watch too much anime and you read too much manga. So you Pooh Bear, he watch a lot of trash, and so his pick, if he picked that, I'd be like, yeah, you watch too much anime, you watch this manga, you watch a lot of trash, and so you don't watch a lot of trash, and so you watch, you read a lot of good stuff, so you got good taste, and so so I didn't mean that as an insult.
I am well washed.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
So Professor,
Yeah.
let me get this.
Well cultured.
Yeah.
Let me get this straight. Because Pooh Bear watch a bunch of trash, that's something you expect out of him. But because I watch better stuff, you expect more out of me.
No, that ain't even what I'm saying. I'm saying you watch a lot of quality stuff that you can pick a bear out of an anime and a manga. You can pick a bear as your favorite character because you watch so much. You're like, oh, I watch so much, and it ain't got to be the coolest character, ain't got to be the hero, ain't got to be the most powerful, doesn't have to be the villain. I can pick this obscure bear that is funny, is comic relief. I can pick this obscure bear as my favorite character. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
He's disappointed in you.
No, it ain't disappointment. It ain't disappointment.
We need a
It's just you a
special
1%er.
Yeah, we need a special effect to say I'm sad. Sad.
I'm sad.
Hey, Pooh Bear is what's his name from Shangri-La then. That's what you said.
The
Pooh Bear is the dude from Shangri-La.
trash gamer, yeah. He like the trash anime,
I know. It's cultured anime.
Yeah.
Oh man. Thank you for Wow, boy, he bringing the
Oh
smoke today.
man,
Yeah,
I watch anything.
Yes, you will.
right,
Yes, you will.
Okay, well let me move on. Let me move on, man. I'm scared to even go further. Professor might be shooting everybody down in this segment. Good lord. Okay, so what's your favorite battle, Professor? We're gonna start with you.
Oh, you start with me. So I really don't have a favorite battle. I don't think there's no really exceptional fight scenes or battles in this anime. I think they're good. I think they move the story forward as far as, Rose and her people getting killed and then fighting the demons. Her interaction with the demons, where she kind of when they're kind of coming to assault the humans and she kind of destroys their bridge. When the heroes fight the Black Knight, when Usato fights the Black Knight, I think that might be people's most. But I really didn't think there was any exceptional fight scenes. I think the story's good. I think it's different. I think there's a lot of good character development. So I think it's a really good anime. It's more so leans towards comedy and a good story more so than actual fighting. Even though fighting is a part of it, I don't think the fighting is exceptional. Although it helps move the story forward, and it's overall good. But I didn't have a favorite fight scene.
All right, Mr. Conspiracy, watch what you say. Watch what you say, or you will be judged. Watch what you say.
oh man.
You want a blankie?
I'm gonna have to agree with the professor on this, but because I am who I am, I'm gonna be who I be. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick Usato versus the Dark Knight.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I can rock with it. Okay. Pooh Bear, be careful. Treading on. Wow. What is going?
I'm picking nothing. That's me. No. Sorry.
You don't want to get cyberbullied today.
Go and pick the Black Knight Usato's battle. You don't pick that one.
He even warned you on what you should pick too. You ain't saying nothing? Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you my favorite fight was actually Usato versus the snake that ended up killing Blurin's parents. Actually, is my favorite fight because it's the first time Usato is actually faced with death, possibility of death in his mind. Now we know later on that he wasn't gonna die because Rose was watching him, but in that moment he didn't know that. So he got courage after he found that Blurin's parents were dead, and he's like, I'm gonna kill this thing. And the fact that he tried to fight it and we thought he had killed it was pretty awesome to me because it's character development. I agree there are no exceptional fights on this one and it moves the story forward, but I like that because that's part of his character development. He's like, I don't think I can win this fight, but I'm going to try to win this fight for Blurin. This little, for whatever reason, I'm going to try to win this fight. And he showed some heart. He showed heart through Rose's training, but that right there was, to me, the essential part of his character development. He took the fear head on. And even before he has the fight with the Black Knight, even before he goes to war, he gets his first real taste of, can I use my healing magic to keep myself alive? Can I hunt? Can I do the things that I need to do and come out okay? Now, he almost died, trying to take that venom on, and it helped him learn how to heal himself even better with poison and stuff. So, that's why I say it was one of my favorite fights. And since there's not really a whole lot of them, I can see what you're going with, no exceptional fighting. So that's why I would say that's one of my favorites. So now that the professor ain't blown nobody's head off their picks, Pooh Bear, here's my question for you. So are you hoping for a second season, or are you cool with where it's at?
Nope, I need a second season.
Okay.
Definitely need a second season. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot more. Like you said, the manga's probably way outpaced that by now. I really would like to see his journey. Now he's explaining. Now I'm about to go read the manga. But I need a second season. I sure do.
Okay. All right. No, hey, respect. What about you, Mr. Conspiracy? Leave it as is, or does it need a second season for you?
Oh, absolutely needs a second season. You definitely need to go and actually watch him on his journey and watch him grow because there's just so much. Because he basically, my opinion, he needs to really set himself apart from roles and like in my actual opinion, understand like the fight with the Black Knight, was his entrance, in my opinion, to what he will become. But I feel like that he needs to have that journey separate from, Rose's eyes, in my opinion, for him to truly be that great healing warrior, whatever you want to call him. But yeah, it definitely needs a second season.
Okay, Professor, you think a second season is needed, or is this a one and done?
No, I think it deserves a second season. I think they're telling a good story. Not it's different. To me, I think they're telling it well. Um, I think that I like to see where he goes. Further on his journey, as far as him leaving the kingdom and going out to other kingdoms and just kind of him developing. I think they've done a good job so far. So I think it deserves a second season.
So what I will say is, as a person who's read the manga, I think the second season, if they go the route and follow the manga, will be 10 times better than the first season. Because there's a lot more fighting. Usato becomes more of himself, and his journey with the heroes continues, and you get a lot more character development because he goes from kind of indecisive, scared, don't really know, to becoming a mentor, and he starts to accept his place in the world that they live in. And so I hopefully, I pray, if you're listening to this, fans of the show, man, write Crunchyroll, write the director, hit them up on X, Facebook, Instagram, all of that stuff, and let's try and get a second season going. So